Hi, folks. Welcome to an episode of This Is Not a Sentence, a video in which I show examples of student sentences that aren't, and we take a look at how we can take those sentences and actually make them into sentences, if that makes sense. The first sentence is this one. Soon I realized life was super hard, and I was only 7. Why was my life already so hard? All right, so a couple things. First of all, use a program that will allow you to use spell check and grammar check. That'll at least point out some things. You may not want to take every suggestion that a spell checker or grammar checker makes, but you should at least consider them. In this case, realized is not spelled correctly. That's not actually a word. And a spell checker will at least point that out. And then you can open a new tab and look for the spelling of the word that you want, making sure that you don't put the incorrect word with the correct spelling of that incorrect word in instead. This is also a run-on. We can, quite simply, you've got a comma before the coordinating conjunction here. Soon I realized life was super hard, comma, and I was only 7. We can just change that to a period, capitalize the W and Y, and break it into 2 sentences. Voila! 2 sentences, completely correct grammatically speaking. Again, this would be something that once it's grammatically correct, we might want to take a look at, is this the best way to convey the ideas that I want? Go beyond that. Go beyond just grammatically correct. So our second one is this one. For me, it is very difficult saying no when I always care about others' opinions of myself, even when I don't feel whole. This is awkwardly phrased. I'm not sure that it's not a sentence. It might be a complex sentence, but mostly this is just awkward. For me, it is very difficult saying no. We would typically express in English, it is very difficult to say no. Saying here as a gerund is not incorrect, but it doesn't flow as well as an infinitive would. So it should be, for me, it is very difficult to say no. And with the length of the sentence, I would suggest, for me, it is very difficult to say no, period. I would get rid of when as a subordinate conjunction and have it say, I always care about others' opinions of myself. Nope, it should be me. Others' opinions of me, even when I don't feel whole. Great sentence there, great ideas. We want to make sure that our readers are not caught up in trying to figure out what we mean, especially when we're conveying something as important and impactful as this. I really like this. Finally, this last one. The role of a father means a lot. And when they are absent the entire life of their kids, it affects them badly and the reasons why they are not there. A couple of different issues. This is a run-on. Oftentimes, I'll tell students who struggle with run-ons or even run-ons and fragments, 10 words. If your sentence is longer than 10 words, see if you can simplify it. Because students, especially high school students, have gotten to the point that they have complex, deep thoughts that they want to convey. And then when they try to convey it, it gets all kind of tangled up and runs around in circles for a little bit. So shortening your sentences can be a great way to allow the reader to connect with what you're saying rather than getting caught up in trying to figure out what it is that you're saying because of your syntax and your grammar. We also have the problem of pronouns. Fathers and kids both get referred to as them, they, their, and that can be really confusing. So I would separate this into shorter sentences and make sure that it's clear which noun and which pronoun connect. I would say the role of a father means a lot, period. When they are absent for their kids' possessive entire lives, it affects those children badly, period. That last part and the reasons why they are not there, that is leading into something else that this sentence doesn't explore. So I would put that off in another sentence and ask the student, what are you trying to say about the reasons why they're not there? I think based on the overall assignment, what I remember of the student's work, their point was the reasons why the father isn't there also affects how the kids feel about the father's absence. I hope this was helpful. I really, really, really want to emphasize there is nothing wrong with non-standard grammar. But the key is to make sure that you use the grammar that you choose effectively so that it supports your meaning rather than getting in the way of it. Thanks for watching. Bye.